Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash, the home of raw, unfiltered, and brutally honest car reviews. If you're into real-world impressions, the kind of insight that cuts through the brochure talk, and cars that aren't just about horsepower stats but the whole package, you're in the right place. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and buckle up, because today we're diving deep into a pickup truck that's often overlooked, yet surprisingly capable. The brand new 2026 Honda Ridgeline. Exterior. Honda has been doing something very different in the truck segment for years. While most pickups shout loud with aggressive grilles, oversized wheels, and V8 rumble, the Ridgeline has always been the quiet treble-A, smooth, smart, and unapologetically untrucky in a world obsessed with machismo. But for 2026, Honda isn't just sticking to its formula. It's refining it, evolving it, and honestly, making the Ridgeline more desirable than it's ever been. Let's start with the styling, because, right out the gate, you'll notice the 2026 Ridgeline finally looks like it belongs in the modern truck arena. The front end has undergone a sharp redesign. Honda ditched the soft minivan-like grille for something with much more presence. It now features a bold, hexagonal mesh design flanked by sleeker, full LED headlights. There's a stronger, squared-off look to the hood and front fascia. It's not trying to pretend it's a heavy-duty hauler, but it does look way more confident pulling up next to a Tacoma or Frontier now. From the side, the Ridgeline's unique unibody construction gives it a more seamless profile than traditional body-on-frame trucks. The fender flares are now more defined, and the newly designed 20-inch alloy wheels on the higher trims give it rugged, ready-for-adventure stance. What stands out is how Honda has balanced utility and refinement. It still rides lower than most mid-sized trucks, which actually gives it a sleeker silhouette and easier access for daily use. There's also a subtle redesign on the C-pillar and rear window line, giving it a slightly more aerodynamic edge. Around the back, Honda kept things functional but added a bit of attitude. The taillights are now smoked LED units with a more modern lighting signature. The tailgate still has that iconic dual-action featurette, opens down like a traditional tailgate or swings sideways like a door. That might sound gimmicky until you're loading something awkward or reaching deep into the in-bed trunk. Oh yeah, that lockable in-bed trunk is back, weather-sealed, drainable, and one of the smartest features any truck has. Period. You could throw in groceries, muddy boots, or even turn it into a cooler for tailgating. Interior. Step inside the 2026 Ridgeline and you're met with something that feels more SUV than work truck, and that's no accident. Honda knows most Ridgeline buyers aren't hauling lumber all day. They're taking road trips, commuting, and doing the occasional weekend project. So the interior reflects that. The dashboard has been updated with a cleaner, more horizontal layout. There's a new 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster and a slick 12.9-inch infotainment screen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, finally bringing the Ridgeline into the modern tech conversation. Material quality has seen a solid upgrade too. Soft touch materials, contrast stitching, and even some faux wood or brushed aluminum accents depending on trim level make it feel more premium. The center console is massive, plenty of space for your tech, snacks, or whatever else you throw at it. And yes, the Ridgeline still features those clever flip-up rear seats for vertical storage, so if you want to throw a mountain bike or tall gear inside, go for it. Now let's talk about what's performance under the hood, because performance in the 2026 Ridgeline is a tale of evolution, not revolution. Powering the truck is a revised 3.5-liter V6 engine, now producing 290 horsepower and 275 pound-feet of torque. It's paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission that replaces the previous 9-speed. The result: smoother shifts, better fuel economy, and a bit more punch when you put your foot down. All-wheel drive is standard across the board now, which is a great move for anyone dealing with bad weather or venturing off pavement. It's still not a rock crawler or Baja racer, and it's not pretending to be. But where the Ridgeline shines is ride comfort and handling. Thanks to its unibody construction and fully independent suspension, it drives more like an Accord on stilts than a traditional pickup. The ride is butter smooth on pavement, and it doesn't bounce or rattle like most body-on-frame rivals. For people who live in the city or drive long distances, that comfort is worth its weight in gold. Towing capacity remains at 5,000 pounds, which is enough for small boats, trailers, or ATVs. Just don't expect it to compete with the big dogs hauling horses or RVs. Payload is slightly improved at around 1,600 pounds depending on trim. But again, the Ridgeline's mission isn't brute strength, it's about being the most livable, usable truck for everyday life. Safety gets a big boost in 2026 too. Honda sensing is now standard across all trims, which means you get adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, and more. There's also a new trailer stability assist system for better towing confidence. The camera resolution is much sharper this year, and the optional 360-degree camera setup is actually useful now with smart object detection overlays. Pricing for the 2026 Honda Ridgeline starts at around $41,000 for the base sport trim. Move up to the RTL and you're looking at about $44,000. The Trail Sport version A, which adds off-road suspension tuning, skid plates, and all-terrain tires, is around $46,500. And if you want all the bells and whistles, the Black Edition tops out just under $50,000. Not cheap, but considering what you get, comfort, technology, practicality, it's still one of the best value plays in the mid-size truck space. So, what's the final verdict? The 2026 Ridgeline isn't going to win over die-hard off-roaders or folks who believe a truck needs to rattle your bones to prove its worth. But for 90% of truck buyers out there, families, commuters, casual adventurers, this thing makes a ton of sense. It's refined, smart, and way more capable than it gets credit for. Honda has finally leaned into what makes the Ridgeline unique, rather than trying to make it something it's not, and that makes this the best version yet. If you're someone who values a smooth ride, usable tech, clever features, and don't need to tow a house, you might just be looking at your next truck. Let me know in the comments what you think. Would you buy the Ridgeline over a Tacoma, Ranger, or Frontier? Or do you still want something more old school? That's it for today's review. If you enjoyed this breakdown, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next honest take here at Car Flash. I've got some wild reviews coming your way soon, from full-blown electric beasts to affordable gems flying under the radar. Until next time, drive safe, stay curious, and keep flashing forward.